Mohammad Marandi is a professor at Tehran University and a political analyst. He joins us now live from the Iranian capital. Professor Raisi becomes president at a time of especially heightened tensions with the U.S., UK, and Israel accusing Tehran of a weekend attack on a tanker in the Gulf of Oman and a hijacking attempt on another ship. What will be his main challenge in navigating these tensions?
Well, it is quite ironic because the Israeli regime has struck 12 Iranian tankers over the last couple of years, and none of these Western countries have made any complaints about it. With regard to the hijacking, the Iranians find it to be more than just suspicious. They believe that this was an act carried out by Western governments or their regional allies, or perhaps together. The timing was odd because it came during President Raisi's the beginning of his presidency, and also the alleged hijacking took place very close to the UAE, and the hijackers, within minutes, they would have drones flying overhead, ships surrounding because of the heightened presence of the military of different countries. So the very fact that these hijackers escaped and no one knows where they went, for the Iranians shows that this was a false flag operation. But tensions are high with the United States, but that has always been the case for many years now. I think that President Raisi, though, his top priority will be the Iranian economy. And as your report pointed out, I think there will be a tilt away from the West towards the global South, East Asia, major non-Western powers like China, Russia, perhaps India, and also a focus on Iran's internal capabilities rather than continuing to wait on the West to change their policy towards Iran and move towards full implementation of the nuclear deal.
Raisi says he backs talks to revive the nuclear deal, and he also will take on sanctions that were imposed by the U.S. What kind of approach can we expect him to take in this regard?
Yes, President Raisi has said during the campaign and after he was elected that he will continue with Iran's policy and that if the United States and the Europeans fully implement the nuclear deal, Iranians will reciprocate. But the problem is that from what we've seen in the Vienna talks, the Europeans and the Americans are demanding new concessions, and they want to add new conditions as well. And the Iranians said at the end of the previous administration that it will not appease the United States. The only thing that's on the table is the full implementation of the nuclear deal that was signed 6 years ago. And President Raisi is going to pursue the same policy. So Iran will continue to abide by the nuclear deal, or at least it will accept the nuclear deal, and it will abide by it if Western countries agree to full implementation. However, I think in order to put pressure on Western countries and the United States, Iran will actively pursue different policies, and that it will promote and strengthen ties with non-Western countries. Over the past 8 years, the belief in Tehran has been the Rouhani administration at times was cautious about its relationship with non-Western countries because it wanted to, and also it sometimes was quiet about Israeli aggression because it wanted to give Western countries the opportunity to change their attitude towards the country and move towards the implementation of the nuclear deal. But over the past few years, we've seen that Western governments have not taken that opportunity. They've not shifted their policy towards Iran, and in the eyes of the Iranians, they continue to be unreasonable. So I think Iran will actively pursue a somewhat different foreign policy in this regard, and that Iran will move towards greater reliance on internal capabilities as well.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Mohammad Marandi joining us from Tehran. Professor, thank you.